Hey, what's up guys? Spencer Rhodes here. So Fear the Walking Dead Season 5 will be premiering in the next few months. I believe that there will be at least one major death in the 16. I believe it's going to be the standard 16 episodes of the season. That the last few years have been 16 episodes each. At some point in that 16 episodes, there will be a sad death, because 16 episodes in a zombie story is kind of a lot without a sad death, especially with these two shows and how they're always killing someone off, usually multiple characters that we like year by year. I mean, you just look at the way they killed off Travis, Madison, and Nick. Like, they just kind of got thrown to the side like a piece of dog shit. I mean, maybe it's supposed to be a little realistic, but at the rate they've been going, I highly suspect there will be a major casualty in Fear the Walking Dead Season 5. Now, who that will be, I don't completely know for sure. This is a non-spoiler channel. We don't know too much about Season 5 right now. We don't have any footage. They're still just filming Episode 1, I believe. What we pretty much know is that, pretty much all the characters that survived Season 4, they were alive and together at the end of Season 4, they're going to be in Season 5. I don't think any of the actors left or wanted to leave. I think at this point that would have been announced. I'm sure all the actors are probably just happy to be on the show. I mean, the one actor that wanted to leave got his wish, and that was Frank Delane, who played Nick. Probably all the actors that were still alive in Season 4 will come back, and we also know that we are getting Daniel Salazar and Troy Otto back in some capacity. They could be alive, dead, flashback. They're both going to be alive. They better be. I want them both alive, damn it. But yeah. So we're looking at a decent roster of characters for Season 5 of Fear. And that's another reason to possibly kill someone off. You don't want overcrowding, and you just want there to be something in the story to motivate the characters, to give something to do, to cause drama. There's always got to be something serious going on, something big and serious in every season of either show. It's not Happy Days. It's not Little House on the Prairie. It's a zombie apocalypse, and there's always something going on. There's always a big bad. There's always drama. There's always just bad shit happening, because that's what a show like this is going to be. It's going to be bad shit happening. If it's happy and it's boring, there might be a part of us that wants that. All the characters just be happy all the time and at peace and no one getting killed. But that's just not interesting, so they're going to kill someone. Now, with the character of Charlie, I wouldn't say that she's safe because she's young. I mean, look at Lizzie and Mika. Look at Sam Anderson, who was Jesse's son that died in Season 6. I mean, there might be some other kids that have died that I'm just not thinking about. But oh yeah, the little girl that was like the Penny replacement for the governor's daughter in Season 4, she got bitten, she died. So yeah, the franchise is definitely not above killing kids, nor should they. Being a kid should not keep you alive magically. It's a zombie apocalypse. The zombies don't care. Same with the women. You can't just have like the zombies not kill women. Stuff like that. You can't have the zombies not kill gay people. I know some people got really mad about Denise Cloy dying just because she was gay. It's like they didn't even care that much about the character or her story arc. They were just mad that she was gay, and oh god, she died. I mean, God forbid you be gay and die in a show where almost everyone dies. I mean, Jesus, that's just unthinkable. The zombies don't care. That's how it should be. That's how it should be. If you're a kid, you should still be able to die. I mean, the zombies don't care. So I wouldn't want Charlie to be safe just because she's a kid. If she has enough to offer to the story, if the actress is good enough, and so far she's been pretty good, if the character is good enough, unique, well-written, interesting, compelling, someone like Judith Grimes, where you care, you care. You want to see more of them. You want to see where they go. Then sure, she could live a few years. She could live a long time. I don't want her to live just because she's a kid. I don't want that to be some sort of plot armor. And yeah, she's a kid, and if she's interesting enough, and I want to see her character go on, then sure, she could live multiple seasons, no problem. I've got no complaints. In fact, yeah, I mean, sometimes it is interesting to see the child characters because they're the ones that are growing up. In some ways, sometimes they can be seen as the most interesting because of how young they are, and they gotta live in this world. And sometimes, if like a badass 10-year-old with a shotgun, I mean, you know, stuff like that. It can be interesting. Kids can be interesting in the zombie apocalypse. I mean, Charlie didn't blow my mind away in season 4. I didn't think she was the best character ever. I just thought she was kind of meh, and she was kind of okay. And yeah, I think that she could survive season 5, but she needs to really develop and be a little bit more interesting in season 5. And I don't have anything against her, anything that she did in season 4. You know, that was basically her story. You know, she kills Nick, she feels guilty about it, and she's just kind of messed up in the head. And for a little while, she wants to get killed. And then she starts to have hope again and get her shit together. And I mean, I know that's kind of harsh, but yeah, she kind of had a death wish, and then she didn't have a death wish anymore, and she was happy again and hopeful again. And so, you know, now that that's out of the way and she's been introduced, I mean, sometimes characters get more interesting after their introduction, after their initial story arc. Whatever they're dealing with, right, when they get introduced, once that gets resolved, they improve as characters and they get more interesting. And Charlie still has that potential. So, as to whether or not she's going to die, I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I do think that, I mean, yeah, season 4, it introduced some new characters to kind of replace Nick and Madison. I think they tried extra hard to make some of these newer characters like strong lead type of characters because they were losing Nick and Madison. And it's kind of goes with the whole thing of it being a reboot of the show, which it was. Some of these really strong characters that were introduced in season 4, they should live a while. But a couple of them could die. I mean, Sarah or Wendell or Charlie. I mean, Charlie could die in season 5. I'm not against that either. I'm kind of just 50-50 on her. I could see her living to season 6. But she could also die. They could kill her off in season 5. They could make it work. Not everyone has to live a bunch of years. Sometimes you can just die, and it can be sad and tragic. I mean, a character as big as Travis Manawa didn't have that long of a lifespan. I mean, season 1 was only 6 episodes, and he died in episode 2 or 3 of season 3. So really, he didn't live that long. So I mean, they could kill off Charlie to sort of catch us off guard and shock us. You know, it's possible that, I mean, the actress is so young, she might not like the pressure of being a child star. You know, she doesn't want to be in the story anymore. I don't know. Maybe if I hope they don't do what they did with Carl, where it's like season 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever, all those years, it's just in the story, it's just like a span of a few months, and then she's supposed to be 12 years old and she looks 20. She is 20 in real life. God, I hope they don't do that. If they don't want time jumps, then yeah, kill her. Don't make her the actress still playing a 12-year-old when she's 20. For the love of Christ, don't do what they did with Carl. Learn from that mistake. Yeah. But yeah, that's another thing. If they are going to keep her alive for season 6, season 7, season 8, if she's going to be like this possibly sort of legacy character, as Ronnie Hayes calls them, I don't want to steal that label. But like a legacy character that starts off as a child and lives and develops, and it's kind of like some of the old characters will live on in her. If that's what they're going with the character, that's fine, but they have got to do time jumps, and they have to do passages of time. If she looks like she's 20 years old, the character needs to be 20 years old. do time jumps. Don't do that crap they did with Carl, because it's just ridiculous. I still feel like if they had just, like, they could have had season 4 take place a year and a half after season 3. You know, they could have had they could have had season 6. They could have had the characters be peaceful at Alexandria for 2 years before they hear anything about Negan, like a 2-year time jump where everyone's just happy at Alexandria. You know, and it wouldn't have changed the show that much, and that way Carl would have looked his age. I still don't understand why they didn't do that. But don't make that mistake with her character. So if they're going to keep her alive, that's cool, but they got to have certain things where, certain contingencies, I believe that's the word, where they do passages of time so she's not super old and still playing a 12-year-old. But they could also kill her off. I'm 50-50. I don't know who's going to die. I just know that someone's going to die, besides Morgan, because if Morgan dies, I shouldn't say anything too scary. I'm going to be very angry and upset. Very angry. They better not. I mean, he's just one of the best characters they have that's not dead yet. Really. I mean, he really is. I don't want them to touch Morgan. I don't want them to be like, oh, well, he's the main character, so he'll be the most shocking death. Like, no. That's like killing off Rick because he's the main character. And they didn't. You know, the actor left and they didn't. So Morgan there should be no real reason to do that to Morgan. Yeah, he better not die. I think that Charlie could die. I think that it's kind of 50-50 because we just don't know that much yet. The actress isn't terrible. You know, I don't know if they're gonna make her like this badass zombie killing survivor, can she handle it? I don't know. I want to give her a fair chance. You know, I want to give the character a fair chance. I want to give the actress a fair chance. She was okay in season 4, but I feel like season 5 will be the real test. Season 5 will be the real test to see how capable the actress is, how interesting the character is, because now all the shit is with Nick is over and done with, and that's resolved. Now this is the real test of the character and her storyline, and whether or not she's good enough to keep around for a long time. They could develop her, make her interesting, make us like her, and then kill her off. It could be like Beth. They give her just enough character development for the sake of killing her, and upsetting the fans. They could make us like her just so they can kill her, just so they can force her death. That's kind of what happened with Beth. Charlie could be the next Beth. I mean, she could literally die in the middle of the season and have the back half be more like depressing and bittersweet because everyone else has to come back from it, something like that. So yeah, I'm kind of just 50-50. She could die, she could live. She could be like the Carl Grimes of Fear the Walking Dead, since Fear the Walking Dead didn't really have a child character. Nick and Alicia were both like 17, 18 in the story. So this is like the first big child character that they've had. And if they want to keep her alive a long time, they just need to make her interesting, and the actress needs to be able to really bring it and do a great job. So I'm kind of just 50-50. She could live, she could die. I don't know. I'm sorry if that's not the answer you wanted, but I just don't know where they're going with the story. There's just so much unknown at this point, especially with the news of Daniel and Troy. I really don't know what they're going to do. I cannot wait to see the trailer. I cannot wait for that season 5 trailer where Alicia's walking around killing zombies, and then you hear Troy's voice say, "Hey Alicia, how are you doing?" And then a badly scarred Troy comes out of the shadows, and then boom, we get the release date for the season premiere. If they don't do that, I'm going to be slightly mad. Because at least then, all the people that are saying it'll be a flashback of Troy, he's really dead, that'll be put to rest. They can't really say that anymore. I'm kind of getting off topic here, but I'm also not getting off topic here because I'm saying that it's really a 50-50 chance of Charlie dying. I don't know whether she'll die, and there's things like the trailer that might help me give a better answer. It might help me narrow down, because I really just need information. I need to see where what they're doing with the characters, because this writer could kill off Charlie, but this writer would kill off Morgan, but this writer would kill off John Dorie. It depends on the writers. It depends on the story. It depends on what they do with the characters. And there's just not a lot of information. So things like the trailer, things like the season premiere, those will help me narrow down who I think will die and who I think won't die. Charlie, I'm just 50-50. So, yeah, I think she could die in season 5. I think she could live. But if she lives, she needs to be interesting, and the actress needs to do a really good job. Those are the necessities of keeping her alive. If she's not like that, then yeah, she's expendable. Give her some character development that makes the fans like her, and then give her a sad death, and then move on. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't be shy. Hit that like and subscribe. I'm not going anywhere. I make 1 to 2 Walking Dead videos per day, so please hit that subscribe button. Anyway, with all that said, I am Spencer Rhodes, and I will see you guys later. Bye.